special episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Today's episode is brought to you by Melting Nazis. Melting Nazis, it's what happens when they get too close to the arc. That's not yours, that's ours. Also brought to you by Fading Hope. Fading Hope. It's been a day. It's already fading. So, there you go. And now, here's a song. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We've got some work to do. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, we've got some Scooby snacks right here for you. And now here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. Hey, everybody. I'm late. Hold on. Okay. Shout out to Raven. And that Jamaican dance horn, that dance hall horn is how Jamaican dance horn, dance hall horn. I know what I make words. That's how we know we're here. Shout out to Raven for reminding me, as ever, to stare you right in the eyes while I'm sucking it. Let's see. Stuff. We'll talk about stuff in a second. Here's one of the stuffs. Right, my record. I'm on a record. Because listen, somebody's got to be a quadruple threat. Might as well be me. Do you like music? If you like good music that sounds good in your ear hole, oh boy, do I have a treat for you. That's my band Wallace, led by Aaron Wallace, the lead vocalist and lead songwriter. Me, well, I'm the co-lead is what you call. I'm like the Scottie Pippen, but like I make it flashy and nice, like Scottie Pippen if I tipped waitresses and made sure I got paid correctly. Check it out. It's called "And We Ride," which is also a song that I wrote. It's pretty good. Hey, this is Smoke and Mirrors. We said that before, and if you've been here before, you know the deal. And if you haven't, welcome new viewers. We're very happy to have you. There's so many different ways that you can be a part of the community here. The first one, which is absolutely free, is simply to share it. All you've got to do is share this on your page. If you are on the Facebooks, if you happen to be over there on the YouTubes, share the link. You can copy the link. You can share that to whoever you would like to share it to. That's absolutely free. We call that passing the J. Lisa knows about passing the J. I see you, Lisa. What's up, girl? The other thing that you could do is you could drop 5 on it if you're really so inclined. I encourage you severely and highly not to. You could do that in 3 different places. You could do that at the Cash App. That's $CK Wyndham. You could do that at the Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at PayPal /me.CK Wyndham. It is, now we're getting echo from our guests. So I'm going to mute them for a second and we'll get that figured out. Go ahead and have a look at the PayPal there. And I got distracted before I got to tell you the last thing. You could become a patron of the arts. Ooh, you could call yourself a patron of the arts. Get fancy. What do you do to do that? You go to the Patreon. Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That is for comedy, culture, and blackness. Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renisa, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, Tracy, Venus, Jen. Those are your sponsors, and each one of them, much like the photo that you see before you there with Red Ray Frazier, international recording artist, Red Ray Frazier, holding a Carlos Wyndham trading card. How useful is that in the apocalypse? Well, you could have your very own one. just like all of the guests on this show will do have, and so too do the patrons. And the only way you can get that before the end of 2020 is to become a patron yourself. Don't do it. It's only going to encourage me. Okay, hey. Well, we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. Holy shit! Do you have a warm fucking bevy or a cold bevy? Are you drunk now? Are you drunk still? It's been a good one, huh? It's been some days. Son of a bitch. And I mean that in a gender non-specific way. Let me be very clear about that. Got the coffees to liven it up. Did a really light thing today. I didn't not a lot of makeup today. It's a very light thing around just mostly a little like shine, a little T-zone business. The reason I really was going to go nude today because, as you can see, I'm serving some Chauncey Billups realness in the beard. That is embarrassing. Reminder to my viewers, Chauncey Billups, former student of mine. Deal with that. Which sort of makes me an NBA champion by de facto. It's 6 degrees of separation. And serving some zaddy Denzel realness in terms of carrying the bags beneath me eyes. And since I was going to be carrying the bags around anyway, figured I might as well decorate them. And that's why I smeared Preparation H under my eyes right before we started. The thing is, we're all having different reactions to this, and I am having surprising ones. You know what? Tell you what. Why are we fucking around? We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Let's know that for today, my name is Auntie Chryslot. And if it goes a particular way again, and I'll talk about the many times it did today, and it may happen again before the day's over. We'll get into it. But in the meantime, what I want to do is this. I want to introduce you to our guest today. And of course, I have all my notes because that's how I do it. This is somebody who I've had the privilege of meeting exactly once. And sometimes that's enough. You meet someone and you go, Jesus, this person is as loquacious as me, and they have some shit to say. And they have some shit to say about the world. And the world is in a place that it needs some shit said. And that was enough for me to, along with the very, very talented producer, Tracy Tatamy, bring to you this conversation that's about to happen with Gisella Ramirez, who holds a master's. You are about to hear from a master in educational administration. So if you need your education administered, our guest knows how to do that. Unlike Betty DeVos, who just lost her fucking job. I am so thrilled with that. What else am I going to tell you? Nothing. We'll figure it out in the conversation. Why? Because it's more entertaining that way. Hey, ladies, gentle them, let's welcome our friend Gisella. Gisella, welcome. Oh, no, it still says mute. Now it doesn't. And now it says applause. And now there you are.
There I am. I hope it's going good with this stolen internet service. But hopefully we'll make it happen. I'm going to light a candle.
Listen, this is okay, I'm going to tell you a secret. They don't know this. Mine is stolen as well.
Hey,
so
yay for liberation.
Liberating G5. That's what we're doing. We liberating G5.
Yes.
You know?
I'm like, can you cuss here? Because
listen, mine's coming from my basement. We'll just call it that since I'm in an undisclosed location. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me? Or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay, good.
This is perfect. This is lovely.
Lovely.
This is absolutely lovely. How's the day been treating you?
I thankfully left around Friday to the woods and stayed there, and
Uh
from a
huh.
distance got to watch the whole like mayhem circus, everything, Christ tears from like the woods, and I was like, oh, good.
Yeah.
And I came back and I'm like reinserting myself back into the matrix, like, okay,
Okay.
we're back to society.
Okay.
And oh, yeah, you guys are really excited that this guy's in office. Yeah, great,
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to seem like a party pooper, maybe it's because I'm just so adept to struggle, but like, it's still business as usual for me. Like, it's kind of like we got another boss. Like, okay, we now got another boss. We let the asshole go. So, like, now we're with this guy who's not that much of an asshole, but whatever. He does still shit. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll work with it. We'll work with it. We bought ourselves some time. We need to, like, we can at least celebrate.
That's it. That's it. If I'm telling, if it's just you and me here. Nobody, and my tens of viewer. Nobody gives a fuck. Uh, I don't mean to disrespect the tens of viewer here again, but yeah, I've just been crying all day. That's how I've been handling it. I thought that we were in for. I didn't know what we were in for, honestly, right? Like, obviously, the idea that we would be in a sanctioned and occupied authoritarian Nazi regime, openly so, with costumes and the whole thing, made by Hugo Boss once again. I mean, keep your tradition going. Stay on brand. Stay on brand.
Damn.
And that Baron would be given the charge of some fucking the health czar at age 16, like Doogie Howser or some shit. Assuredly, myself and my friends, I was well aware that with many of my friends, the feds had been directly knocking on their doors recently,
Yeah.
and to the degree that I was like, oh, right, right, right. So we are gonna get hanged. This is not gonna. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna be tree decoration. Well, okay, all right, okay. And then when that's not what's happening, I know that the whites are very just. Let me tell you how I feel though.
Yeah, I'm still staring at them. I'm still like one eye open. I don't care that Cheeto's gone. Like, these
Listen,
fools are still running around crazy, acting pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
listen.
see what's happening in Dublin, where in Dublin, California, the freaking Patriot group or whatever
What they
wants to
did.
go out and picket a high school kid's BLM celebration. Celebration.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Like, still.
No sense at all. No sense at all.
Mm-mm.
And I look at them and I watch their dances and I watch them doing what they're doing. And they look like Dorothy at the end of The Wiz. Do you know what I'm saying? And just, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there too. And like they just woke up from this dream. And I feel me, I feel like Jesse Pinkman at the end of Breaking Bad. Like I'm just in a Mustang, scarred up, just out of a cage, making meth for the last 4 years, just going down the freeway. Um, Congratulations, everybody. How that's
Like,
been.
what does it mean? I mean, there's some good celebrations. Okay, I think maybe the universe did us a solid. Maybe the
Word. Say
universe
word.
was
Say
like,
word.
they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna have that happen right now, World War II." Like, no.
Three, four,
I'm a
three.
history teacher, so I think about the concentration camps, World War II,
The
19,
repetition of two. Okay. I was
the
already just
repetition
calling
of
it three.
two.
Right. Eso. I got you.
Yeah, and so like I was like, so maybe they were like, you know what? That's not gonna happen right now. Everybody's mad, blessed. I think all of our generations came back, and we are the ancestors' prayer. You
Right.
know, 97% of Navajo Nation
Look
voted
it.
for Biden.
Look it. Look it. That's who we talking about.
97%. That's community
That's what
right
we
there.
talking about.
97% of your whole blood peoples.
Why we shouting people out? Why we shouting people out who need to be shouted out appropriately? I'm gonna go ahead and shout out our Asian American, young Asian American communities. Right, y'all was assumed to be like your parents, and you're not. And thank you for not thinking you're white. You are not white, and thank you for being here with us. Thank you. Um, a fuck you. A fuck you to 17% of black cishet men. Go fuck yourself.
Yes.
Go fuck yourself. We don't fuck you. And
Yes.
fuck
Fuck
you
you,
to
white women.
go ahead. Fuck you,
Fuck
white
you, all
women.
those white women. Oh my God, like I've always known you
57.
so shady. I always known you so shady because they'll throw you under the bus and then they'll make it look like it didn't happen, right? But now I see you and your nastiness plastered on the screen. The majority of y'all voted for this nasty man. Ugh,
Nasty.
what a horrible taste in men.
Nasty.
Ugh,
Ugh. That's your
ugh.
man's. You defending your man's.
You defending your man, and then it's like I know what it's like. I come from a Mexican household. Our women do enforce patriarchy al cien. We do know that too. So it's just kind of like, all right, man, I see you guys trying to enforce the patriarchy and maintain white supremacy for your
Keep
own
your little
perceived
slice.
sense
Keep your
of
little
what?
slice.
Safety?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep their little slice. Nasty.
Nasty.
Nasty. It's worth it. That little pinga that looks like a fucking mushroom. It's worth it.
It's
It's
worth
worth
it.
it.
He's got more foundation than you.
Nasty.
But like the bad kind with the tan.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
no,
want
no,
a
no, no,
tan
honey.
rub off.
You know, no. You know I'm T-zone, so I can get the light right, and I can keep. That's it. That's all. It's light. It's light. But that tan rub off on somebody little. Come on, stop it on your winter. On your. It's gonna be in the Christmas picture on your little winter turtleneck. Boo boo.
No.
You could do better for yourself.
He lost. He couldn't take it, so he played golf all day.
Twice. Did you hear that motherfucker started firing motherfuckers today?
No, what?
Dude, he fired the head of the Defense Department who he been arguing with because dude was like, yo, that thing you had me do, like clearing out protesters from the street, that wasn't sexy. That wasn't sexy at all. And homeboy is not with being told that anything he did is not the sexiest ever. And so he's acting away. And homeboy, I guess, had his little letter ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm about to get fired. Okay, cool. Trump fired him on the Twitters like he did to the last FBI director.
OMG. Why is he even coming into work?
What's happening? So now you're just gonna
Like if
dismantle
he
the
didn't
whole.
show
Oh, I can
up to work from here to the end of December, he'd
listen.
be fine. The
Listen.
country would probably end up in better shape running without him in these last 2 months.
He's flipping over the monopoly board because he's losing. Like that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what we're dealing. Oh, there's no Defense Department then. Just like wow, okay,
I'm taking the military with me. No.
right? Like how, dude? You can't. You can't. It doesn't work that way. They're going to shoot you in the White House. You need to stop it. Ridiculous. What's this? His camp doesn't tell him they hate him too. No, they don't. They don't tell him they hate him. right? The people who are immediately around him. That's a word on the street from our friend Lisa, who sits under the philosopher's tree with us via Las Vegas. We see you,
Wow.
Lisa. We see you.
Yeah, they can't
Um,
say no because they get fired.
Anybody. He wants to fire Bill Barr.
He wants to fire Fauci. Did you hear he made like some kind of reference to that?
He was trying to fire Fauci before the election. He want to fire Barr now, though. Now that the
Oh,
election's over, he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." He like, "No, you didn't prosecute the people. How come Clinton is not in jail? PPS,
ahora
you're fired." It's insane. It is absolutely insane. So, so I've just been bursting into tears, just like a freed hostage, just like Tom Hanks at the end of Survivor. What was it? Survivor Man, Naked Survivor Man. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
that's my favorite movie.
Oh
Tom Hanks and Naked Survivor Man and the Volleyball Queen.
yes.
That at the it's me. I'm him at the end of that. I'm just like looking at crab legs. Like seriously, I'm just gonna sleep on the floor. Leave me alone. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know. Maybe I should go knock on President Obama's door in the rain. I'm out of I don't know what to do.
I'm almost like I need to see Biden safely enter the White House after being inaugurated so I can let out my first sigh of relief.
For real. For real. I
Like,
need I need to see the 5 or 6 executive orders this brother been talking about, right? Get signed
like
that day, right? Right? Ethnic studies is back. Middle Eastern people will get welcome back. By the way, we're also calling you Middle Eastern people now. It's we're not, and you get to be on the census next time. You know, just some things,
we gonna free the kids from the cages and get them cages out. I
right?
mean,
I don't know. I'm not betting, and here's why: is that for me? I'd love that. I want that. I need that. You know, I do. Same team, right? We're here. We're here. You, me. Here's my thing about that. This is still Obama's dude, and Guantanamo's still open. So America has a really bad history of closing prison. Like that's not we're good at putting someone in a prison. Getting somebody out is where we're not a Viking.
we won't let go of that carceral state. They won't. It's not our
Ooh,
system.
break it down. What?
We're
What? The way? No, hold on. Carceral state. Break it down. What you talking about?
the
Talk to me.
carceral state is fancy how it sounds cool. It's like the whole term that encompasses the ideology, the philosophy, and the institutions that are created from the punitive mind state culture that we have of punishing people and isolating them and locking them away. There's a whole history. And of course it starts with slavery because Europeans are into like bondage and keeping slaves and controlling people. So like I see these as different manifestations of population control, and the carceral state is a huge one when you're like this small European population and you got hella people of color that you want under you.
Break it down. Break it
Hmm.
down. For anybody just joining us, and I do see that Corey is here and giving all the shout outs to her girl Gisella on the screens right now.
Hey, Mr. Clarky. Hey, that's my girl right
Hey,
there too, man.
see,
Shoot.
see, we be going back
Shout
like
out.
car seats. We be going back like car seats. Zena
Yes.
here giving the hey y'all. Come on now. Come on, we see
She know
y'all.
what's up with the struggle, man. She'll
Listen,
dance that off.
listen.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a that whole idea That this notion, this daddy issue, prosecutorial. I just can't fathom wanting to fuck your daddy so badly that you would create an entire political system to allow for it to be such daily. It's just fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a sexy way either. Why now listen, so I already know that we are just born into the struggle, right? This is not these conversations are not for white people. So I am not going to ask you how you got into the struggle and this bullshit. Doesn't make any sense. The struggle is born into us.
Yes.
Given that the struggle is born into us. Ooh, I just moved the whole set. Did you see that? Earthquake. Sorry, Bay Area. If that's any flashbacks from '86, I
Trigger
remember
warning.
well. Yeah, right. Exactly. Especially in the lower bottoms. Look out. No, really stayed there a long time. I'm telling you, 20 years. Your journey to holding a master's in education. I left the ivory tower. I found it abhorrent. How? What? Tell me about the journey. Tell me about the journey. Where does the journey start? I know you're born in Mexico. De qué parte? Where? I'm sorry. And again, I will say this now for the monolingual other brown people who may be here with us as well. I code switch when I am speaking with people who I know are part of the Chicano struggle in any sociological fashion. And so what I just said literally translates as get the fuck off of our land, colonizer. De que parte? Get the fuck off of our land, colonizer. Feel free to use it wherever you like. So, de que parte of Mexico?
So I was born in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas.
Where's that?
Nuevo Laredo is a border town to Laredo, Texas.
Eso, okay.
So when you're on Laredo,
oh shit! So you were there. Okay, all right. Okay. Damn.
Yeah, war zone. We got the largest import-export bridge in the Americas called the World Trade Bridge, and so toda la guerra passes through there. And then my mom's side of the family is from Jalisco. So,
Hey, I got family from Jalisco.
hey,
I have family from Jalisco. I have family from Oaxaca. Those are the parts of Mexico, and then everything else is here. So yeah. Huh.
yeah.
All right. So you were in the area of the maquilladoras, the area of the I mean the war. I mean that's it, right?
That was one of the craziest things that is interesting to experience because I mean I only got a little snapshot of it. I grew up in East LA, but when I was getting into teaching, my tias had a school in Nuevo Laredo. And so I got to go in the summer and help them with the school.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was the summer the violence broke out, like in early 2000s. That was the summer that the violence broke out. And yeah, there were stories of like being out there with recess with the kids, and then we start hearing gunfire, and everybody's rushing the kids back into the classroom, like no more recess.
Right.
Go back inside, because hay un tiroteo. There's a freaking shooting going on, battle between cops and whomever,
Yeah.
and we're hearing it every night, and it was off limits to be on the Mexican side after a certain part of time, and my tia would tell me there would be hanging bodies over the overpass every day just to remind people who's boss.
Okay, so
But,
y'all
like,
niggas thought I was playing when I was saying that shit. Y'all niggas
Yeah,
thought I was
no.
playing when I said that a second ago. Real talk,
Yeah.
right?
Real talk. Like it was just, yeah. So all of that got really normalized out there, and it's in recovery from there now, but it's that's what it was not
Fuck.
too long ago. Right. Yeah.
Fuck. So
So the journey.
yeah, I say one more time.
I'm like that journey to grad school.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what
Okay,
it
so you
was.
end up in East LA. You're growing up in East LA,
Hmm.
right? Where did you do your undergrad work?
I went to San Francisco State.
Oh, okay, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I started in a community college, and that's what I advocate a lot for in education. It's like
Right
real
on.
talk. Start at a community college. You're not missing out. Who was the asshole that said community college was a lesser school than a 4-year university? In my generation, a couple of people would drop out every year because they couldn't get into a 4-year and they couldn't stand with the stigma of going to a 2-year. But I'm like, fuck all of that.
Fuck all
Fuck all
that.
of that.
You
Went to
you save
community college.
money,
It was
time.
free. Octavia Butler went to my community college, Pasadena City College. I was
Come
feeling
on.
special.
Come on. Come on. On
And
top of all that shit, on top of all that shit, I will advocate on additionally, right, for two reasons. Okay, for community colleges. One is it's the same motherfucking books. There's not special books at Harvard. There are
right,
not special books at Duke. It's the same fucking information. It doesn't matter where you got it. If you got it, you got it. Now, there are all sorts of fraternity reasons, fraternal and fucking bullshits and diddly day and secret skull clubs if that's your shit. But listen, the information you need is there, which I know very, very, very personally because part two, right?
yeah.
My uncle, who is now a not martyr. Is I don't know, hero of the community college systems in Virginia. Uh, Taught at community colleges for a good quarter century after leaving Morehouse College, right?
Mm,
Left Morehouse College to teach at community colleges. Now, I'm not speaking against HBCUs, okay? I'm not speaking against fancy pants school, okay? If you could do a fancy pants and you got it like that, you're a Huxtable like that, do what you do, okay? But let me tell you
right.
something. The reason he left, and he's dead, Ibae, so he's not going to get in any trouble. I'm not breaking any NDAs at this point. The reason he left is because he came back from a trip he took to Hawaii. And he came back a little dark. And the president of the college said, Joseph, why did you do that?
Do
And
what?
my uncle said, do what? And he said, come back like that. And Joe quit the next year and started teaching at community college. Do you
Wow.
know what I'm saying? So the elitism, the racism, the internalized hate, all of that that goes with any college experience, it only gets upped the fancier the school.
Yeah.
You know, only gets cranked up to like 14, 15, 16. Then you just rip the fucking knob off and swallow it, and along with all of your pride.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to any of those Ivy League big private school thingies. Like it was clear that it wasn't being marketed for me or
Yeah.
somebody like me. Like I went to a state public college.
Mm.
Instead, I went to San Francisco State,
Yeah.
you know, and because of my low income status and all of that stuff, I was able to qualify for a bunch of grads or whatever to get in. So that's the advantage that I took. I went where the door was able to be opened.
Right.
If the door's not going to be open and I didn't feel like I wanted to bash it down, move on to the next door, And I just kind of went with that. I came up, I was already doing community organizing after I got out of high school. So
So
ending up in the
what
Bay,
set that off? What set that off for you? What were you organizing specifically?
I started off my organizing. My first protest was the DNC protest in 2000, in the year
Okay.
2000,
Okay.
with the when they were like swearing in. I think it was their Al Gore was going to be the candidate or something like that. And
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah. Yeah.
huge protest down there. And seeing Rage Against the Machine throw down a concert on the street and like folks getting hella shut down afterwards and fighting with the cops, I was like, yo, what's up with this? I like what I'm doing here. I feel alive.
Yeah.
Like this feral part came out. So activism became the first thing that I did. And I was up in a protest for 022.
Mm.
And then I met all these other groups of folks working for an organization called the Labor Community Strategy Center. They had the
Okay.
Bus Riders Union. They're fighting transit racism.
Down in
And
L.A.
at the
with Damon and
yeah,
those folks.
yes, I was
That's my
gonna say there
dude.
was an
That's my
all-star
dude. I know
team.
Damon. I know Damon.
Tammy. This was when Patrice Cullors was an organizer in training in that
Come
program.
on, come
Mark
on, come on, come
Anthony,
on, LA. Come on,
Carla,
LA. Get it, get it, get it, bus riders.
yes, Senyaka, who's now up here, Francisca Porchas. Like there was this crazy, like I showed up at the right time and started to learn organizing vicariously through them. I didn't
Yeah.
sign up in the internships. I was the homie that didn't sign up in the internships and didn't do all of that stuff. But I always kicked it there with them, and I always showed up to all the actions that they were doing and the people's bus. I remember getting
See,
up, and
Josh, were you
that's where it
listening to this?
started.
Are you listening? Okay, we have an intern here. He ain't for shit. Talking about you, Joshua. Ain't for shit. That's why you don't do internships. You just so game. You just so game. Shut up.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
That's what the interns are for, though. Man,
Yeah, no,
do
I
this.
don't.
But yeah, I was in that group. I was supporting them in a lot of their campaigns, and I saw firsthand what it meant, just to organize community for the long term, building relationships with the community, with the people, with these organizations, doing the networking. There's so much work that goes into the organizer's role. And that's kind of like what opened my eyes to like, okay, I want to do some kind of change, some kind of structural change, you know? And it's going to happen through being able to build long-term relationships and being able to like commit to a community and, figure out the needs, get us to a better place.
Right.
And the end goal was always decolonization. The end goal was always like, we got to break out of this piece, this matrix, and build a new world. So it was a moment in time where we weren't just approaching organizing as the strategic political strategist organizers. We were
Mm-hmm.
also trying to incorporate spirituality, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
Ifa, and practices. We were trying to incorporate like mental health and wellness. So this is why I celebrate and I appreciate seeing BLM push the mental health awareness a lot and
Mm.
and in what's it called in law enforcement, because I remember just at 18, 19 talking to these folks, and that's what was all on our mind. We weren't just trying to process the systemic racism, we were trying
Right.
to process the trauma, the systemic trauma we had been dealing with and what it was making us become, because we knew that we wanted to be the best but not under the system that we were in. So what was it going to take to break ourselves out from that?
Mm.
you know what was it going to take to like have the courage to envision something new and actually work towards that?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 20 years later after that, it's amazing. 19 years, more than 20 years for some folks, but it's amazing to see like your folks blow the fuck up after and
Yeah.
going, damn, like we
It's
did
wild,
that.
isn't it? It's wild, right?
Hmm.
It's wild, and
Hmm.
like knowing, right? Just enjoy that part of this ride, because that's one of the most amazing things, especially in the contemporary circles as well that you are privileged enough to be a part of, and I only know the remnants. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
The time that I'd been in the Bay, around the organizing that I was doing there, and certainly I continue to work here. But in terms of soaking I mean, it's the environment. It's just the
Yeah.
environment. You know what I mean? Tifa is a peer, right? We were just peoples.
Right.
Malika is a peer. There was a much more now well known person under whom we were all working to get some things done, and we were really getting them done. And it was just, folks getting their books out, making their moves, really popping, and continuing it in the work, right? Those are the folks for whom my heart sings,
Hmm.
right? The ones who are as you said, rooted in community, right? Because it's about
Right.
sustained relationship. It is not about being a voyeur or being vicariously part of community. You have to be part of it.
It's the simplest of answers. At the end of the day, we get reminded that it's the most simplest of things. You have to create your space
Mm,
in order to get an idea of what the world's going to look like. You have to create it. We have to create the prototype. We have to create the model of what we want the world to look like. And of course, we're not going to be able to transform the planet in a day or whatever, but we transform ourselves from within our communities
mm,
and we multiply that and we network, then we can create that eventually, like
yeah.
putting our dreams together like drops of water to create an ocean of reality of a new world. And I think
Mm,
we get to this point where I know, especially for me, after going through academia, after that first round of getting my bachelor's, I was
right.
like, I'm talking shit about the system so much. I eat shit of the system. It's constant analysis and it's constantly talking shit, but it wasn't getting me to a place of solutions.
Yeah.
Like you could talk shit about the system and we could complain about this shit all you want, but at the end of the day, who's gonna change this shit?
Yeah.
And how does that look like? And what is my role in it? And so I think that's part of the reason why I came into the administration position after
Mm,
being a teacher for like so many years, because I went from organizer to teaching and then it started mixing. And then I went into admin because I figured if we're going to create these new structures, let's make decolonization happen. Okay, let's make decolonization happen. So in a decolonized world, how would I do administration?
mm.
How would I run a school? I would also have to decolonize HR and human resources. And the more and more deeper I started getting into it, I was like, well, shit, fuck, damn, we're going to have to abolish public education. The same way we're dealing with the prison because
Shit, fuck, damn. Shit,
they're
fuck,
one
damn.
of the same. Shit, fuck, damn. Public education wasn't created with the intention of getting all of these folks to a better place in life. They
Come
were
on now.
just getting them to secure, workers for their debt.
Yeah.
And so,
That's it.
like, if I'm looking at it like that and how much it's tied to the carceral state,
Right.
the public education with the prisons, then I realize we have to abolish public education. We're
Yeah.
going to have to scrap this shit and create something new. We have to create a world where we don't have kids stressing out over if they go to community college. What if they just graduate at 16 and start community college right after that? In other places, they call it prepa.
Come on
Like,
now. Come on now.
you know what I'm saying? Other countries are already doing it. Like we're at the point right now that we kicked out Cheeto and Biden is looking like hope, we have the opportunity to capitalize on that hope and set some blueprints down for what we want the new shit to look like and start pushing motherfuckers. Cause white people's hearts are fluttering right now. I want to take advantage of that shit and be like, cool, like flutter some money over my way and let me create my own shit.
That's it.
Let's start creating our own homeschooling. Let's start creating our own school districts, homeschooling
That's
co-op
it.
networks. Let's start educating our own people. We got the main dick out. We could buy ourselves some time to start cultivating our shit. By the
The
time,
visual, the visual.
right, like if we look at this as strategy,
Yeah.
as we've been 500-year warriors here on a marathon, like if we look at it in terms of strategy, then we can see that we got a really huge problem out the way and we got a lesser problem out the way. So
Mm.
that decreases our stress and thus increases our capacity to do more shit in the next amount of freaking time so that we can secure a better person after this bitch and then keep our shit pushing. I don't know, I cuss a lot. Sorry.
Oh no! Don't you? Please don't apologize for swearing. Not under the
And I'm
tree.
just teaching.
That's where this is. That's the fertilizer for the philosopher's tree is cusses. It has to be
Again.
potties, otherwise the tree won't grow properly. Do you know what I'm
Shit,
saying?
fuck them.
Shit, fuck, damn, shit, fuck, damn.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Shit,
Mm.
fuck, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Very quickly, I want to just acknowledge to folks watching that it is very likely not your connection, and the reason that sometimes you're seeing split screen, and I am providing more fluidity for your visuals, is so that you will stay with us and keep soaking this game for the next last few minutes. And don't get confused or distracted because it don't look like fucking I don't know, the Zeus and Miro. We ain't got that kind of budget.
We liberating internet service,
We
it
liberating the
just comes
5Gs
there.
today. We
Yeah.
liberating the 5Gs today. But if you want to blame anybody, blame Joshua. He could have climbed up the goddamn pole and figured out some shit. If he was innovative,
That's what the interns are for.
let him know. Um, so what have you been doing in terms of movement work and movement and education work right before the this shit? Like, what were you prepared for? Nobody could have been ready for today. What the fuck were you gonna do? What was popping?
The funniest shit happened though, because I was supposed to be on sabbatical.
Shit.
Because I had just gotten my master's in December. So I was like, I'm going to go on sabbatical, you
See,
know? And then,
see,
but I'm brown. So it's like I can't afford it. So I did a half ass sabbatical. I was like, I'm just going to be a substitute
see.
teacher.
Okay, before any more of the story continues,
That's the job.
and thank you for continuing to do work, right? Because bless, and we need work and we need the workers. That's on some bullshit. That's on some bullshit. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm an old auntie now. I'm telling you, that's on some bullshit. You better take your fucking sabbatical next time. Don't do that again. Do you hear me? Do you hear
Is there a
me?
fun for it? Yeah.
No, fuck a fun. Listen to me. No, do the
Damn it.
wait a table. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Don't let, because what you gonna do? You gonna let them soak you up until you gone?
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to do either. Yeah, you're right. You're
Come on
right.
now.
But the Rona hit
No, okay, so
and it booted
yeah,
us up.
okay, all right. So okay, all right, Rona. All right, global pandemic, Nazi
Yeah. I
regime. I
couldn't
guess that changes
substitute
plans.
anymore.
Keep going.
Yeah, I couldn't substitute anymore.
Yeah.
And because of Rona. And so it was like quick, think fast, get a job. And so I went through like different little jobs. So, but the one thing that stayed standard with the movement
Mm.
was feeding an immediate need. Your activists are good for emergency situations like this.
Come on
Like
now.
really, really good. So the minute I saw it, I identified the need. There's a lot of people that are paranoid. Folks' anxiety is kicking up. Not everybody's ready to go to the store. I
Yeah.
wasn't tripping. I was feeling good. I was taking my vitamins every day. I was in a good place. I went through this amazing retreat with Minerva's Root Healing Sacred Sisters Ritual Retreat, and it had put me on some spiritual game that when the Rona hit, I was like, I'm down to drive and pick up all the essentials for all my homies who are immunocompromised and for all my freaking homies with families who gotta take care of their kids For all my homies that got anxiety, yes. And so I started going out 6 in the morning, 6 to 10, getting all the essentials, the TP and everything, and just dropping it off at folks. And
Yes.
then George Floyd hit, right? And then we was out in the streets. So then we're out
Listen.
in the streets, and the curfews hit. And then I got hit at the curfew and I got arrested. And then in the middle of the arresting, after I wiggled out of my cuffs, I got a text from one of my students that had just graduated. Miss G, we had a fucked up graduation and fuck this whole thing on the streets. We want to do a protest. So I was like, bet, let's do a protest. So then we organized a protest. 1,500 youth showed up. It was a ceremony-based protest. And that was in June because the youth wanted to do something about it. So it was a combination of youth and ceremony. It was brought up by Communities United for Restorative Youth Justice, Courage. They helped support it. George Galvez helped to bring all the ceremony peoples together. And that was the first time I got to see it. Felt like Transformer energy. It was like the African drum with
Yeah.
the Aztec and the native drum and a big portal of power to fight oppression. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then the kids, and that was cool. And it just kept going from there. Like, the universe kept throwing one thing after another. It was that fighting against the city councilman who was lying to our faces and voting to not defund the police, Noel Gallo. Ending up helping a friend, Richard Raya, to go run for councilman to get rid of Noel Gallo. And it just my sabbatical turned into like, you're needed on the front lines. And every time I took a step back and finished, I got another call. And and I just kept going
Yeah.
until we started the school year. And this is my first break
Hmm.
from not doing nothing movement related.
Wow. Wow. And of course you're teaching in the schools, so you're doing movement work, right?
Yeah,
I
always at
mean,
all times, right?
it just truly doesn't stop. It's phenomenal. And a couple things hit me.
Colonization is a lifestyle.
Listen, and some people not about that life. Some people not about that life.
About that abolition life, girl. We make it look
Listen,
good.
Ava Longoria ain't about that life. She ain't sexy like this shit.
Fuck Ava Longoria.
Kerry Washington not about that life. She ain't sexy like this shit. This is the sexy shit, motherfuckers. You ain't never gonna find me. You ain't never gonna find none of my peoples coming up with no excuses for some racist shit one of our people said. One of my people fucks up, I'm calling them out and I'm calling them in. And thanks to Malkia in a conversation that we've had now twice,
Yay,
face
Mac.
to face, yay Mac, I am calling in my people provided it is funny, right? Calling out publicly, provided I can make it funny and provided that what they did is that public. Do you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise that's just kind of an asshole move. So it's not really an asshole move to ask, how important is it if you're going to posit yourself as a leader of the black community that you know the difference between Mary J. Blige and Beyonce? How important is it? Anyway,
Yeah.
how important is it that we not be suggesting bombing Syria as an okay thing? How important is it? Hypothetically, allegedly, hypothetically. How important is it? No, stop.
I know, I'm like, Jesus.
It's wild, right? Because that's the flip side. When you was talking about some of our peoples blow up, yeah, that's dope. But then some of our peoples blow up. And it's like, oh, what the fuck is happening? You know.
And it's a lifestyle.
It's
It's
a-
a whole
some
different.
peop-
People don't
listen.
recognize it's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, and it's very telling because when it
Yeah.
comes down to it, everybody wants the equality and the blah blah blah, but when it
But do
requires
they?
you to like,
But do they,
That's
right?
what I mean.
Because what you're talking about, the whole thing you've been talking about, right? The whole movement you've been talking about, if it was not up to the women, if it were not up to the black and brown women, right? Every
Yeah.
movement that you talked about, that's sisters that I'm aware of. Everything that you named, that's black and brown women that I'm aware of. I am aware of dudes who show up on the sides and the peripheries to get their little photo op. I am aware of dudes who show up on the sides and the peripheries to say something to a newspaper or a magazine when y'all have set up something that is worth a shit for them to go to as an attendee and a tourist. Excuse me. But y'all do it. Y'all do it. You gave up sabbatical. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it out loud. Fuck that shit. I'm saying it out loud. And if you know what you know, then you know what you know. And if you don't know what you know, there are plenty of Teen Essence magazines and all sorts of shit from whatever was popping right around the times that maybe you saw giant murals that were showing up about we got ourselves, and maybe some dudes who was talking about some bullshit when y'all was doing the real shit.
Yep.
And it's just the same. It just keeps being the same. And y'all need to be elevated. And y'all need to be
Yes.
celebrated. And the principle of understanding that if there is going to be a path forward through this decolonization of which you speak, that it is going to be with those of us who are either male presenting or perceived to very clearly work in deference to your knowledge, to your wisdom, and to your leadership when and if you are willing to invite us into your sacred circles, and that the rest of the time it is well past time that we do some enjoying of some of the slices, beautiful slices of shutting the fuck up that Joshua will be serving. There's a line because y'all do it. Because y'all do
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot of work. It's a labor of love, but you're right. We need to know we got a boundary thing, right? And we
Listen,
got to figure out what to do it so that we don't burn out. And I think for me right now, what's preventing me from burning out is being mindful of the energy that I put out there and making sure I get my 8 to 9 hours of sleep and fitness. I exercise, all of that stuff. If I take care of myself in that way and I practice saying no, then I've discovered that I've actually increased my capacity to take on more and do more things well than spreading myself thin and running off anxiety of like, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done, and I wanna look bad. So
no is the new yes. No is the new yes.
no is the new yes.
Come on
It's like
now.
every no you say is telling you yes.
Listen. Oh shit, that was good. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. No is the new yes. No is the new yes.
The boundaries help. That's the
Hey,
fastest cure to burnout.
hey. If you gonna be a hoe, get the boundaries hoe. Be a boundaries hoe. I like it. Come on now. We got songs for you. You know how we do. You know how we do. Oh shit! Listen, I'm starting to look at the time. I'm supposed to be wrapping up right now. I'm not wrapping up yet. I'm gonna bother you for 10 more. Um, no, for real, just from enjoying the conversation. So what do you do? Let's say, right? Let's say we get past January 20, and let's say people wear their masks, okay? And shut up. We saying, what are you doing? Why are you pooping in my punch? We gonna say. We, and we can't get back out in 5 months. Shut up. Shut up. Instead of another 2 years, shut up. The death cult is gonna behave. It's a white president. They're gonna be fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's say that. Let's say that. Let's say that. Let's say that. What's the first thing you gonna do when you go out? Just for yourself. That ain't.
For
That ain't
myself.
for you. That you need for you. The bullshit's done. President Harris is established and has been moved firmly to the left. Shut up.
Look at what you've become.
Shut up. And ah, and you get to
I'm gonna give you like the most basic answers. Like I'm just going to the liquor store and getting some Swishers.
listen, listen.
And some tacos.
Oh my God. Street tacos, real tacos. Are you kidding me
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
I want to give me some health care.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, long story, we're not going to. And then, God damn. Well, first of all, I'm going to spend some private time with Tracy. Then,
She deserves it.
you know what I'm saying. Then, um, it's tattoo time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's tattoo time.
You know what? I'm with you on that. You
Yeah,
know what? You brought up a good point because I haven't gotten tattoos, a new one, and I've been thinking about it. So maybe
it's ridiculous.
I want to say when we get to that point, you're right. I think I'm gonna have to throw a piece on this because
Listen, I had a piece in mind already. I had a second one that had already come. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
The skin. You know how it is when you be looking and it start revealing itself where it's supposed to be, and then you want to
mm.
scratch off the skin like a lottery ticket and get it out there.
Oh, damn, you get the visions like that. That's
Oh,
special. That's
irritating! It's
special.
It's irritating.
It's a gift.
Thank you, but yeah, no, I'm like, oh, come on, this is not what it's supposed to look like. I gotta fix it, and when it's possible to be able to go with me Noviex and be able to like, okay, what you want, let have them design it, describe it. You know what I'm saying? Custom. We ain't get fuck a wall. Are you kidding me right now? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me right now? No, 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 no. We go into the thing. We go to the place. Shit.
Yes. I'm bringing the whole crew.
Listen. Then I'll take my daughter to see her family after. You know what I'm saying? But we got that got to get handled. All of that got to get handled. Lord, and tacos,
Yes.
and tacos, and tacos,
Yes.
and tacos.
Yes. And I already know who gonna do it. I don't know if you know Priya, but
I don't. But I have somebody here who I like. I saw the work on somebody's arm. I chased this motherfucker down. You don't even know. Like the tracking I had to do to find them, and I found them. Listen, I had an appointment when the goddamn Rona hit. I had to cancel. It was the last week of March. The last week of March, I had an appointment, yo. It was set. It was set. So now it's an expansion. It's a whole expansion and inclusion project of more things.
oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get some
It's
liberations.
yeesh. Oh man, I want to see your piece now. What you're gonna get?
I do too. I want to see I want to see the first, I mean at least one I know. I don't want to speak on it no more because every time I speak on it, it ends up getting bumped. So,
Oh yeah, you're right.
you know, it'll be mad visible when it happened. It ain't gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
It'll be, you know, I'm planning on being on this. Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
be
skull cap.
at. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be the last airbender. I'm gonna get the whole shit all the way down on top of their hands, just arrows, just fucking.
I know. Huh? SFD, shit, fuck them. Yeah.
Listen, yes, Yes, behind the ear though, not on the neck. Behind the ear. We going new style. All right. Well, listen. What else you want to tell these people before we get out of here? Anything you want to make sure you leave them with some jewels or something?
Leaving with some jewels. Boundaries is the cure to burnout. Be a boundary hell and say no.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Holy shit. I wish I had a guy. I wish I had a goddamn sign the like, but that's, I'd be getting sued right
Yeah.
now. I want to put that on the bodega sign so bad. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's what's getting us through. And that's all those women too that are like blowing up. I'm gonna throw Tracy in there too. All those women that are doing good work. We
Yeah.
starting to come into our center, starting to step into our power and
That's
starting to
it.
get used to saying no. And it's helping us, and it's helping the men too. And our binary, non-binary folks too. So really, really, really the boundaries
Yes.
is a beautiful thing. And don't be scared about this damn election. Like I know that it's not looking like the best, but it's definitely a
Mm.
step away from the worst, you know?
That's real talk.
Just look at
That's
it
real talk.
strategically.
I'm
Buy
always
yourself
telling
some
them.
time. Art of war. Art of war.
Art of war. That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Survive this
Plan your
motherfucker.
next move.
Surviving,
Yeah.
playing, motherfucker. Come on, we surviving.
We
That's
gonna
what we doing
thrive.
right now.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna thrive one day and not have to survive. But you know,
Yeah,
this work we're doing now is what's gonna get us there.
listen,
This work we're doing right now is what's gonna get us there. So what's your next move?
listen, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, come on now. Well, listen. I know your next move has got to be some rest, as you
Mm-hmm.
have well suggested. I am getting some notes from our producer. Oh, you said Communities United. You said it. Ah, she was. We
Yes.
were both being reminded. See, that's what you need when you are smoking and trying to sound like you have any sense at all.
You
And
do. How did we get this far?
Huh? Bro, who knows? Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. Um, Listen, thank you so very much for your time and for spending a little bit of time under the tree. Feel
Yes.
free to hang out here for a little bit more while I go and close out the show. If you do hang up, I will be reaching out to you again. This was absolutely marvelous. Thank you so much for dropping jewels and for being a real one. For the work that you continue to do. I know you keep the socials private. So, whose socials
Yeah.
do we need to let them know about?
You can
Anything?
share my IG. It's
Okay. Say word.
13 GISE 13. So that's good to share. That's all good.
Right on. Right on. All right. Look for the IG. Thank you so much, Gisella Ramirez. One more time. Give it up for
All
our
right.
folks. Hitting the applause button. Bang. Look at that. Listen.
All right.
Listen. Nothing but the most powerful geniuses. That's it. That's who comes. That's who we have here. That's how we do it. And that's another one of them. Gisella Ramirez, who came to I can't even tell y'all. I can't even tell y'all. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what this is to me. You know what you are to me. You know what this time is to me. Listen, I talk shit. Okay? I talk shit. I was in a mood. I was in a mood. I talk shit. You matter quite a lot. You matter quite a lot. And yeah. There's tens of hundreds of us, but you know what? We can invite our friends, and it could be tens of thousands of us, and then thousands of millions of us. And then the whole world is talking like this, and then we're changing the world. And that can be because you sat here watching this dumb little thing. Please do it. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. I said I was not going to say it was a dumb little thing again, and I said it again. And I apologize. I am learning to be a boundary hoe with myself, and this in the most sincere fashion that I can say to you is not a dumb little thing. This is a good little thing, and it is an important little thing, and it is not little, and it is an important time, and it's an important gathering, and it can make a difference, and I'm glad that it's important to you, and it is deeply important to me, and sincerely thank you for continuing to spend the time here with me and with us for these conversations and for my foolishness, which is quite intentional. Thank you. This has been another Smoke and Mirrors. If you want to, you can look at us at the IG at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That is Comedy, Culture, and Blackness. It used to be bullshit, but then I recognized that we do not do bullshit here. If you would like, you can see some of my bullshit at Twitter at Caballo Negrito. For the monolingual set in the house, Caballo Negrito means celebrate the devil's removal from office. Caballo Negrito literally translates to celebrating the devil's removal from office. Find me at Twitter at Caballo Negrito for words from my fingertipsies. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a query, suggestion, thought about a guest who should be here with us, would you please share it with us? Would you please share it with us? Nobody ever writes to us. But if you wanted to, you could write to us at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. Again, that's for Comedy, Culture, and Blackness at gmail.com. Hey, this is a thing that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham, but much more importantly, this is produced by Tracy Tatamy. Hey, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here with a guest who I don't have a placard for, and I don't remember who it is. And I apologize to them. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tomorrow. Woo! They're gonna get so many like, oh shit! Oh, it's gonna be some. Woo! Woo! It's gonna be on for whoever is my guest tomorrow. Okay. I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Don't go outside. If you do go outside, wear a mask. When you come back inside, wash your hands. Why? Because we love you. Bye.